Welcome back to PPMA TV with Mark and Mamaj, our sponsors for today. And I'm joined by Dan here from Omron. How are you, sir?
I'm very good, thanks. Yourself?
I feel like we roped you into this a little bit, but your stand is so incredible. We really needed to come and talk to you about some of the stuff you've got here. How have you found the show this year so far? Because it looks incredibly busy.
It has. It's been really good, and it really surprised us with the current conditions, the fuel shortage, but things have worked out really well. It's been busy, high footfall, great people here, so we're really excited about the show.
It really is a testament to PPMA, isn't it, that everybody is here because, like you say, we're having a bit of a crisis this week again, aren't we? Just as we get over one hurdle, someone gives us another. But the fact that it's this huge and everyone like yourselves are here showcasing this incredible stuff, we love the fact that you did it. Can we talk through, first of all, how brilliant this is?
Yeah.
Can you talk me through what I'm looking at here? This is fantastic.
Yeah, so one of the big focuses for us this year is about the challenges existing in the market with labour and in manufacturing. So costs of labour increasing, availability of labour. So we're trying to highlight some potential solutions for manufacturers to automate a lot of those processes. So this particular system here is a Delta robot, a high-speed pick-and-place robot. Typically this might be used in primary packaging, so for sorting raw materials into packaging media. And that's exactly what this is doing. It's quite a complex application because we're literally using the robot to pick from 2-3 counter-rotating discs, but we're using a camera system to identify the products, and it's moving it around 60 parts per minute, so reasonable speed as well.
Wow. And I presume you can slow that down if you need to?
We can do, but where would be the fun in that?
No, you make a good point. But I know someone that can eat biscuits just as quick as that, if I'm honest. So the camera system highlights exactly where the product is. The program is set up that it will literally aim for it, pick it up and get it placed.
That's exactly right. Yeah, so you can see from the screen, the camera locates all the parts, feeds all the coordinates back into the robot, and it's completely automated, no manual intervention needed.
That's amazing. And how big a scale can you have this on? Because I mean, everything, that's doing an incredible job, but it is quite a compact bit of kit.
Yeah, so typically the sort of floor space required is about 1.5 metres by 1.5 metres. Yep. Usually, if it's a very high-speed packaging line, we might use the robots in a modular formation, so we might have 1, 2 or 3 robots.
Right.
But it's completely flexible to adapt to the customer's needs.
Yeah. I was going to say, all of this, presumably, when the customer comes to you, tells them what they're looking for, and you can adapt the same system?
Yeah, so very similar system, but it's normally created bespoke for the customer's needs. Yeah. And depending on what the part is or the product is that we're moving around, we just make it to do the customer's application.
I love it. Let's have a little look at what else you have on the stand. By the way, are those biscuits real, just out of curiosity?
No,
oh, were they not?
If they were real, they definitely wouldn't be
Yeah,
real.
I was going to say, okay, let me come over this way. Let's have a little look. What do we have here? This is incredible because it feels like a machine you have trained to play solitaire.
Yeah, the solitaire is a sideline activity, to be honest, just while the machine's waiting for the mobile robot to load. But essentially what we've got here is a Scara Robot, and it's doing a pick-and-place application. So this might be sort of carton feeding or box filling. But yeah, the robot's running. At the moment it's stopped because unfortunately our mobile robot's blocked, so it's not moving in.
No worries.
But yeah, essentially for pick-and-place as well, but at a smaller scale.
I was going to say, so again, like you talk about adapting to the client's needs, if that's too big, it doesn't matter, you can scale it down and you can give them pretty much whatever they need.
Yeah, exactly. So if it's a smaller part, maybe like chocolate pieces or something like that, then you could potentially use a smaller robot, and again, that can reduce the footprint. One of the other things we're showing here is a flexible feeding system, which doesn't require any tooling changes, which works really well for manufacturers who don't want long changeover times, and supports them effectively be more efficient and more productive.
I was going to say that's constant flow then, isn't it? Which is what people want. Less waste of time, I guess, and keep that product flow going. Fantastic. And let's go over here to the final packaging stage if we can, because we were just saying before we went live here at PPMA, just a few years ago, something like this would have, for me, I would imagine been 3 or 4 times the size.
It would have been, yep. So typically, we're talking about a system now which has come down quite considerably in size from what they traditionally would have been.
Yeah.
This is a Cobot Palletizer. It's a collaborative project with one of our system integrator partners, a company called Rico Automation. And actually, in terms of its operation, the footprint's really been reduced.
Yeah.
It's really flexible, but the real key thing about this is how easy it is to operate. One of the things we want to focus on, a lot of companies want to automate, but the complexity to deploy the automation can become challenging. So the design of this system has basically enabled operators to simply program new pallet designs really quickly and efficiently. They just load in a few parameters, which I can show you on the screen if that makes it easier. Just by loading in a few key aspects like the size of the pallet, the size of the box, and the robot itself will actually automatically then configure the pallet design, which really helps with SMEs because sometimes they're manufacturing different batches, different product runs all the time. So if they have to continuously reprogram the Cobot, it makes it inefficient. So this simple interface really supports them deploy automation, but deploy it efficiently and effectively.
That's fantastic, and literally anyone can pick this up, work out sizing, and go from there. It's almost like a plug and play, isn't it?
That's exactly it. No engineering knowledge is needed, just simple parameters that everyone would know around the factory, and the machine will run easily and efficiently.
I'm going to ask you a really scary question. How small do you feel this is going to be in a couple of years' time?
I think for palletizing, it probably can't get that much smaller because of the physical pallet sizes. But in terms of the automation itself, yeah, potentially that will scale down.
It is incredible. I love your stand. Thank you so much. Great to have you here at PPMA again. It's nice to be back, isn't it?
Thank you very much. It's great to be back.
Great. Thanks for talking to us, Dan.
Cheers.